Mercy gave absolutely zero fucks and never had a problem speaking her mind. The other memory is our ascent up to the balcony via the globe's faded, brocade-carpeted stairwell. Mercy was ahead of me, swathed in a ridiculously molting red feather boa, trailing loose feathers in her wake. It was almost a metaphor for the colorful chaos that ensued whenever she burst into any room. Thinking this might be the last time I'd see her, I surreptitiously scooped up a fistful of feathers and tucked them into my purse. I just wanted something to remember her by. I still have those ruby plumes, but as it turned out, there would be many memories to come. Mercy survived her surgery, just like she'd survived everything else that had been thrown at her. But while my feather-gathering moment was the first and really only occasion when I had a sense of this larger-than-life lady's mortality, it seemed to have put Mercy in a reflective mood. So, a couple weeks later, she called me again, and she called my bluff. So, are we doing this book or what? I guess we were then. I soon learned that cantankerous was Mercy's default, her forever mood, as the kids say. Getting her to open up and tell her stories honestly was way more challenging than I'd anticipated, especially considering how unfiltered she usually was. You try remembering things that happened 50 years ago when you get to be my age, she used to bark at me when I pressed too hard. There was a guard up, a certain brittleness, which I eventually realized was the result of enduring some truly harrowing experiences that would have broken or even killed a lesser woman decades earlier. She only wept once, right in the middle of some Hollywood Boulevard fast food joint, while discussing her fraught relationship with her son, Lucky. But she quickly regained her composure, seemingly surprised by her momentary breakdown. "Why am I crying?" she asked aloud, nervously stabbing her fries into a plate of ketchup. I knew why. Once, when I asked her what she wanted the overall vibe or message of her autobiography to be, she shrugged and answered, "I just want it to be fun." It was my job to convince Mercy that her not-so-fun stories of abuse, addiction, recovery, and redemption were just as compelling as the wacky anecdotes about her jumping out of a cake at Alice Cooper's record release party, thrift shopping with Rod Stewart, or riding in a limo with Mick and Mary Ann. Don't worry, it's all in here. Mercy was tough because she had to be, but there was a sweet spirit under that fearsomely steely exterior. The dozen rhinestone belts that seemed surgically attached to her twiggy hips, and the signature Theta Bara eyeliner that Rolling Stone once described as looking like it had been applied with a canoe paddle. That softness came out in how she treated me and her many much-adored friends, and in her tireless evangelism of the music she worshipped, from Bobby Womack, David Porter, Esther Phillips, and Graham Parsons to her most recent obsessions. Starcrawler, who put her on the cover of their She Gets Around single, anything RuPaul's Drag Race related, and especially Yoshiki from X, Japan, who was the last rock star she really wanted to meet before she died. Her meticulously maintained Facebook wall was a virtual shrine to her favorite people, bands, movies, and TV shows. When Mercy loved something or someone, she loved with all the fierceness of the 14-year-old fangirl she once was. It's like she had a crush on the world. She never lost her passion. She once theorized that she had cheated death so many times because she needed to complete her mission, which was to share some important music history with the world. That's in this book, too. Toward the end of our time working together, I asked Mercy what her favorite era of her life had been. She'd partied with Parsons in Laurel Canyon and in Hawaii with Hendrix. She'd appeared on 2 covers of Rolling Stone. She'd watched luminaries of the R&B scene.